scarf hold position, right? Or it's also known as the case katami position. So this is a really high risk, but also high reward position, all right? Because a lot of positions we get to, we start looking for submissions, and we're slowly applying pressure. Once we get in the scarf hold position, he's pretty much already in a submission position. Like, you're steps away from it, all right? So it'd be really easy when we're sparring and doing this with each other, because it is a ton of pressure on your ribs, and a lot of us are gonna have to tough it out to survive that part. But then it's gonna be pressure applying other places. It's not gonna be as heavy on your ribs, and all of a sudden something's gonna give. All right, so just be super careful with this one. All right. A lot of times with point jiu-jitsu, we don't get any points for this position. All right. So that's why we don't see it a whole lot. But this is a super cruddy position for Sebastian. Lots of pressure. I want my leg pointed straight up and away from his spine. I want him sitting up, and I want to be pulling his head. Yeah, he's already tapping just from the pressure on his ribs, right? So a lot of times when we end up in this position, it's because we lost the underhook, right? It's a good way to count. He gets the underhook, I'm going to pull his head up, sit through, and establish the position, and keep my head down. I want to be reaching up like this, because when you cross face me, yeah, getting his legs in there, right? I want to go over first how you guys can force this position by keeping both underhooks, all right? So, I got both underhooks, all right? First thing we're gonna do, pretty similar to our mousetrap series, we're gonna attack this arm that's over my back, all right? So first thing I wanna think about doing is bring my arm over his head, pull my elbow back in and taking that slack away, right? Pull my elbow in tight, right? From here, I'm gonna sit through. I really wanna gather up, you guys watch his right arm, I really wanna gather his arm up with my right hip once I sit through, right? So I'm tight, keep my head down. From here, I'm gonna step over his head. I don't wanna reach up for his arm. Sorry, let's turn it a little bit. I'm not gonna reach up for his arm. I'm just gonna keep my head down and use it to block that space off so he can't limp his arm away. I'm gonna feel where his elbow's at with my forearm, right? I want my forearm like a blade, straight up and down, right? I don't want it against the flat part, right? So I'm trapping his arm, I'm looking for his elbow, I get the arm bar. Once we get that, we get the tap. We're gonna reach back, so we need the second arm bar. Right? So we're here, down a heavy side control. Pass it over. You guys gotta take the space away. Alright? Pull them and take that slack away. Keep your head down, sit through. Step over. It's almost like our hell choke. Reaching down, find that elbow, get the tap. Reach back. The other one. Alright? I'm going back in America too. Alright?
Your forearm right behind his elbow or on him?
Yes. Where is Logan? Logan, where are you, buddy? You were talking about the forearm that's underneath? All right. Yep. So, I'm sorry. We're going to go over, if he's keeping this cross facing, we're going to do this. Right now we're going to go from here. All right? Bringing it over. So now I'm going to take that slack away. Sit through. Step over his head. So right here, if you guys at first, the biggest part right here is not being up and letting his arm do whatever it wants, right? So right here, take your time. Keep your head down. Logan, just move your arm around. As long as I keep it blocked up, he's just gonna bring it to me if he moves it that way, right? So if you guys need to, just keep your hand on your head, feel where his elbow's at, all right? If you need to. Once you guys do this a few times, see how my thumb's pointing straight up? That way it's like a 2-by-4 there, instead of something flat. Right? It's just like our shins when we kick, right? We want that blade to go into it. Right? So keep my head down and find where his wrist is with my head. I'm scoot my arm up to find the elbow. I turn it in. Right? This one you guys can reach back this way. Or you can reach through and go back. And then come back from there. Or the arm bar again. Any questions? Alright, 1, 2. One more time. Sorry, guys. Yep. Pass it over. So when you guys do this, don't go way out here with it, right? Because he's gonna punch my arm. Bring it right around, collect his head, bring him back in. Sit through, heavy, stepping over, scooting up, scooting up. So I'm going from being like this on them, down here, okay? All right. 1, 2. All right, guys, so that's the way we can answer him reaching across my back, all right? So he's reaching, doing his cross face,
All right, doing some problems here. Now I'm gonna.
A lot of times we see guys trying to reach up, come in here for the mousetrap series, right? That's why I was trying to show you guys how to use the lapel, trap that arm. But just going from here, there's not enough range for me to build up enough power, right? Now I've just got rid of my crossface for this, right? He's gonna be able to punch me in the back of the arm. Yep, he's gonna start getting other problems. So the way that we can go for this and recruit more body for me is to sit through with a scarf hold and use my body leverage to put the weight back down on top of him, right? So I'm gonna get side control. We're gonna sit through. I'm gonna hold his shoulder. I'm gonna reach back, right? So I start up close, my hands close to my body. So I'm using my shoulder and turn back to the mat. Come back to the Americana. All right? From here, we're gonna let go. We're gonna come back. We're gonna go for this arm bar, right? We're gonna push down, right? Try to feel for the arm bar. Even I have some problems trying to get this one, but a lot of times when you guys start threatening someone's arm, just keep your head down. They turn their arm up. When he turns his arm up, I'm gonna pass his arm over my leg. All right? I'm gonna hold onto his head. Pull and push. All right? If you have to, use your hand to steer it that way. All right? So he's cross facing me. All right? So I'm gonna switch my grips. I'm gonna reach up deep, grab his collar. All right? I'm gonna sit through. I'm gonna come back. Catch his wrist. I'm gonna turn back to the mat. Get the Americana. Come back to his shoulder. Sit through. Look to keep my head down, push his arm down, and step over to trap his arm. Go for the arm bar, to catch him in the hand and off. Go into the Americana. When you get here, you can sit forward to make it really tight. Grab his head, pull his head up. Right? Takes the slack out of his shoulder. And now, push an arm. Arm back. Arm back to the Americana. To the arm bar. I can do this one. I used to be able to. So just play with that one a little bit. Go for the Americana. Sorry. Yeah. You can see it. Oh, good buddy. So he's cross facing me. Hand deep in his shoulder. Sitting out, finding his wrist. I turn my hips back to the mat. Americana. Through. Find his arm. Pass it off.
She did something like the middle or something.
Really? Anytime you guys do this position, think about this leg going parallel with your body. Pulling this leg, this arm back. This arm bar, right? Pass it down, pass it leg. Yep. Alright? Any questions? Alright, 1, 2.